Welcome to the Everybody's Got a podcast. I'm your host, Blake, another white male who decided, yeah, I'm going to start a podcast. This one will be different, though. I've got even hotter takes and even worse opinions. With me today is my amazing producer. How was your weekend? I should mention that, you and I are obviously different people. Right, obviously. I mean, you're wearing a baseball cap. I'd have to be caught dead wearing one of those. So, yeah, my weekend was great. I was all alone. I stared at my phone. I played video games. I wondered, what the fuck am I gonna do with the rest of my life? I dreaded working for 40 more years. It was awesome. How was your weekend? Wow, yeah, that does sound like an awesome weekend. My weekend, obviously, was completely different. Obviously, because we're different people. Exactly. Yeah, things have just been so cool and crazy for me since I started this podcast. So, yeah, my weekend was just so cool and crazy also. Wow, that sounds cool and crazy. Folks, we've got a great show for you today. Plenty to talk about. But first, I want to thank today's sponsors. First, my parents for letting me live at home rent-free for the past few months while I've been unemployed. The second sponsor I want to thank today is Revolvers. You ever got a problem? Just shoot it. Bam! Let's start the podcast off with a fun little update. Do you remember that ex I had? The one you were living with and just abandoned without saying a word? I said I left a note which read what I wanted to say. Right, but you should have just told her in person how you were feeling. I'm talking about a different ex. I'm talking about the toxic and abusive ex that I mentioned in episode 60 of the Chill Box. Oh, okay. Go ahead and pull up that screenshot. Okay, so let me just read this here. She says, you know what bothers me the most? I actually didn't see the message for a couple of days because I had deleted my Instagram and Facebook for a few weeks. Why did you delete your Instagram and Facebook? I just didn't want to be on them for a little while. Were you scared of the ex that you abandoned? Were you scared you were going to see like a message or a post or something? Regardless of why I deleted them, I re-downloaded them right before I posted episode 60. Anyways, I responded to the message and said, what? And then she responds with some stupid stuff about my Twitch handle, saying it should be the Chillbox with like a capital C. It would look more clean. To which I disagree and do not care. I mean, I think your Twitch handle could use some improvement. It's looking kind of weak. For the love of God. Anyways, I respond, thank you for the suggestion. And then she says, now, about your YouTube video, you will be hearing from my lawyers. She says it with a crying, laughing emoji. Oof. I mean, maybe someone could have thought the beginning of my last video was a little funny, but I don't think the things that I described that my toxic ex did were very funny. No, I agree, but I think this goes back to you needing to speak your mind. I mean, you never told your toxic ex how toxic you thought she was while you guys were dating. Yeah, but what would have been the point? I mean, was she gonna change? I don't know if people can change like that. I mean, it's one thing to ask your partner to start putting the toilet seat down. I think it's a totally different thing to ask your partner to stop verbally abusing and manipulating you. Maybe you're right. But that's a great topic to discuss with today's guest. A guest? Did you miss me? I thought we were done. Oh. You thought if you made one little Chillbox video about pursuing your happily ever after, I would suddenly just go away? I liked the symbolism in your last video with the blinds. Oh, and that Yoshi's Island song remix? Fire. The video was supposed to be symbolic of me moving on. It was supposed to be my first step in my journey to getting better. Symbolic of what? Of moving on from your ex that you left with just a fucking note? The note said what I would have wanted to say. Yeah, but you didn't say it, did you? Your whole life you've been too much of a coward to share how you're feeling if you know it'll hurt someone else's feelings. So you just bury it deeper and deeper until it fucking explodes and you do some dumb shit, like run away from your ex, like she was gonna fucking kill you. Obviously, I could have handled it better. I should have told her. I made a mistake and I'm hoping I'll learn from it. Yeah, you're a grown-ass adult doing the same shit that you did when you were a kid. Remember in kindergarten, you had a collection of coins that you loved and you gave them all away just because some kid asked, just because you wanted him to like you and you didn't want to disappoint him. I get it. I'm a coward. I'm afraid of confrontation. I'm a people pleaser. I hate upsetting people. Is that what you want to hear? I want to change, but I don't know how. It might be wired in my fucking brain. You're not gonna change. You and I are gonna do this dance for the rest of your fucking life. You're not gonna get rid of me. You're too much of a little bitch. I'm gonna do what you don't have the fucking guts to do. I'm gonna end your suffering. And you're not gonna do a damn thing. 'Cause you're a goddamn coward. Doc, can I ask you a question? Sure, Blake. No laugh track this time? No laugh track. I want your honest answer. And you can answer as a doctor or just as a person. How about as a friend? Okay. My question is, do you think people can change? Like really change who they are? I mean, I know I have the capacity to change and start folding my laundry on a weekly basis. But I don't know if I have the capacity to change and be honest with people, even if it'll hurt their feelings. The thought of doing that just terrifies me. Maybe it's because I know what it's like to have my feelings hurt, and I don't want to put anybody through that. That's a great question. Change, like the change you're describing, is difficult, really difficult. It's scary. Have you ever jumped off a really tall cliff into some water? Yeah. Remember how scary it was standing at the top? It seems so far down. It's natural human instinct to be scared of heights. You're literally fighting your body's normal, healthy response in an attempt to jump. And strangely, the longer you stood up there, the more scared you got. But somehow, eventually, whether it's your friends yelling at you or just the sheer embarrassment of standing up there so long, you jumped. And when you did, you were like, huh, that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Real change is kind of like that. But you've got to be willing to jump off of that cliff every single day. You've got to learn to appreciate the climb, the view, the jump, and then the relief when it's all over. And you know what? A lot of people have never jumped off a cliff into some water. It's scary, not appealing. And similarly, a lot of people are never going to change. I'm scared to jump off that cliff. Of course you are. And you shouldn't feel ashamed. Lots of people are scared to jump off that cliff. Luckily for you, the thing you're trying to change isn't nearly as serious as some of the problems other people have. Nobody's lives are on the line. You're just trying to make a change to make your life better. All it takes is a jump. I didn't even say goodbye, Doc. Blake, you can reminisce and feel badly about what you've done. Everybody, and I mean everybody, is going to do something they regret in life. But you only have two options when something in life is bothering you. You can either change it, or you can change the way you look at it. I just gotta jump. Whenever you're ready. Oh. I'd like to thank today's sponsor for sending not one, but two revolvers.